What's tea? What is tea? Hey, welcome to Girl Talk Part 2. It is another rendition of our FaceTime sleepover. I am so excited to have you here. If you haven't seen Part 1, I'm going to go ahead and put it up there. Pause and go watch it, Miss Girl. Get caught up. Okay, get caught up. But I do just want to say before we get into these topics, these questions, etc., that everything that I'm saying is my opinion! Okay, period. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, I got this satin on and it's making squeaky noises. So I'm like the what's it called? Noise cancellation gonna have to come through. It's gonna have to come through for us. It's gonna have to come through. Anyway, so the first question we're gonna go over is to situationship or to not situationship. Yikes. Okay, so let's get a definition tossed up here, right? So a situationship is a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal or established. So yes, that's typically how I view a situationship. Like it's literally a relationship. You're doing everything but that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, or whoever you're with. And I say no to these. Just because it gets so sticky so fast, y'all. Like no, don't do it, babe. Because 9 times out of 10, you want to be in a relationship anyway. And one of y'all is playing each other. I don't know. Because one person be like going with the flow, and the other person is like, I want you, babe, but you don't want me like that. And I feel like, especially when it's like, you're giving them all the benefits of a relationship anyway, but they don't have enough respect for you to ask you to be their person. No. No, Miss Squirrel. And so there's also a difference between a situationship and then like also casually dating. So if you guys have like an agreement, where it's like we just want to get to know each other, see how things go, blah blah blah. Like I think that's cool, but that can also turn into a situationship as well. So my main piece of advice is just to keep very open and honest communication with the person that you like, and just be so for real. If you can be anything in life, be for real. So our next question is, how do you tell a friend I never really liked their partner in the first place? Damn. That's the answer. I so by like the way it's worded, like never really liked their partner in the first place, I'm like, are they broken up now? Is the friend and the partner broken up now? But anyway, um, either way, I think I would probably approach the situation a little gently, but I definitely think you should tell them. Whether they're broken up or they're still together, you should tell them. Just because, like, if you have some valid reasoning for not liking their partner, um, you should let your friend know that because she may not be, excuse me, they, whoever they are, may not be in the appropriate situation. Like if you don't like their partner because you think they're disrespecting them and not noticing, if you think they're manipulating your friend and they're just letting stuff slide, like if there are really valid reasons where you feel like your friend's peace can be in jeopardy, or like they can be in danger, or they could really be hurt by this person, I would encourage you to tell them like, hey, I don't really like your partner and these are the reasons why. Because you kind of can't go in there just off of like a hunch or a vibe, like especially because they decided to like this person enough to get into a relationship. It's going to take a little convincing for them to just believe you or understand why you don't like them. Even, and it's kind of weird because I could get into a whole other spiel about how people will get so close with their partners, to the point where you start questioning like friends or like friendships that you had for a long time because you're just so in love with your current partner. So I would definitely approach it delicately, like I said, and definitely have your reasons listed out and all that kind of stuff, and like let the person know that you're truly looking out for them, and you have like no ill will or intention, or like don't let them think you're jealous of their relationship either, because sometimes people go there. So hopefully that helps. I have eaten these questions up. Like I like these. I like these. Y'all did y'all big one. So the next one is advice for staying true to yourself while dating. So this is a great question. My suggestion is I definitely think the inner work has to be done to make sure that you know who you are. And I'm not saying that you have to know everything about yourself, because we're constantly getting to like know ourselves every single day. But I think you do have to be grounded or solid in the core of who you are, so you don't lose yourself in anyone else, or you don't bend and like try to shape into what you think they want to like in you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people will adjust who they are or adjust their personalities or hide things from people just because they think that person likes that thing. And even if that person does like that thing, if it's not true to you, that is going to burn you out. Like you will definitely crack. So I think something to just really pay attention to is like how you feel around that person. How do you act around that person? Are you doing things that you don't normally like to do or enjoy doing? Like after you're done being with them, do you feel exhausted? Like, I would really just do a bunch of temperature checks to see if you're still being true to you are every time you're around that person, because who wants to be with someone that they think they can't be themselves around? Yeah, I had to put on some lip gloss. Yeah, I'm looking at my viewfinder. Never too much lip gloss. Y'all, literally, I'm intentionally editing this video list so it could really feel like we on FaceTime. Like, y'all my friends for real. Anyway. So our next question is, are you participating in Hot Girl Summer? That's funny. Yes, to my knowledge, I am. Ain't nobody bagged your girl. I am still a single Pringle. Halfway ready to mingle. Like I don't really know. I have mixed feelings about it. But yes, definitely want to have a Hot Girl Summer. I haven't, like technically, because I feel like Hot Girl Summer, like you're like single, like doing your thing, hanging out with your friends, like going, around, whatever. You don't have to be single, like, yes, but I feel like that's typically like what the thing is. And I've like, been in relationships, been up under, a man or whatever, so I haven't really been outside of my friends for summer. So yes, I'm very, very excited to see what goes down. And I'm gonna try to say no. I'm gonna try to say yes to more stuff than no. Because I want to take weekend trips, baby. I want to go party in the wherever you be partying at. Lost the train of thought, the word, but yes, it's time. It's time. Hot Girl Summer. Are you participating in Hot Girl Summer? Okay, so the next question is hygiene tips or how to handle starting your own business as a Black woman. Whoa, my voice went up so high. I feel like I don't have enough, what is it? Information, knowledge to talk about starting a business as a Black woman. Like I just don't. I wish I did. I'm gonna try to like drop a video in like the description or something, like to kind of like send you like on a good way, but I don't really have advice for that. But I can give you some hygiene tips. Even though I feel like I am a bad bitch, I don't think I've been bad bitching lately. So I don't know, like I don't even really feel like I can even say nothing right now, but I look good right now, so I'm gonna give you some. Anyway, so hygiene tips: brush your teeth twice a day, take a shower. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I will just say like some of my like favorite scents or something, or like body washes or something, so you can like go take them and flourish. Right now, my little body routine is I take a shower with like Dove soap for like private parts, and then Dove soap. And then I use Native Peach body wash like on like my full body and skin with like a loofah or whatnot. And then when I get out, I go back and forth between a few products. I use that Palmer's oil from time to time, and then I also use the Hydro Boost Neutrogena like body cream sometimes. But lately I've really been heavy on these body glazes from Canvas Beauty. I've tried the donut one, the strawberry glaze one, and then I've also, not strawberry glaze, strawberry shortcake. That's what I have on right now. And then I've also used the Drunken Peach. So I think those all smell beautiful and nice. They leave your skin so, so soft. So I will do that. And then I will kind of layer up with a scent. So right now I'm just using this Sol de Janeiro 62 on top of that. But I also really, really love Giorgio Armani My Way also. So those are all good too. And then as far as skincare, I'm gonna have to make a whole nother video for my skincare routine. But what I do is like cleanse, oil cleanse is really dope. And then regular cleanse, and then I put a toner on. I have a discoloration serum. Hyaluronic acid is in my routine right now. And then eye cream, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Wear sunscreen. I don't know how much of our audience is black, but I need y'all to wear sunscreen too. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them play you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was a kid, it was like, blah, 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 you ain't gotta wear sunscreen. They lied. When you're tanning, your dark spots are tanning too. That line, maybe wear sunscreen every day from now on. So those are my hygiene tips. I'm getting hungry. No. I was gonna start eating on camera, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna hold off. Okay. Next question. So, the next one is, how long should people date before marriage? Y'all, I really used to think I had the answer down for this. Like, but I don't really know no more. Especially because like I've seen people date for 2 months and get married. And then like some people's like love stories, like a couple I met, like an old couple I met like years back, like presented very happy. I don't really know. They're just talking about how they got married after 2 weeks, but that was like back in the day, whatever. In my head, I don't know. In my head, I want to say 2 years. I don't know why that's ringing in my brain like that. But for me personally, I just like to have like a decent amount of time. But there is this one pastor that I watch. His name is Darius Daniels from Change Church. And one thing that he said really stuck out to me because he was like, when I talk to couples nowadays, I don't really care about how much time, as in years, you've been together. How many seasons have you seen them through? And baby, we're not talking about spring, winter, summer, fall. We're not talking about that. Have you been around them when they're experiencing grief of a close family member? Have you watched them navigate how they feel when someone has died? Have you seen them angry? Have you seen them discriminated against? Like, how many different situations, seasons have you seen this person in? Because that's how you really get to know a person. So if you happen to do that in 2 years or 2 months, I mean, whatever, that's, I guess how long you should technically date before you get married. I think you just need to see that person in a variety of settings. And I'm not saying like, wait for somebody to die type, but just something like make sure you guys have gone through multiple situations and experiences together so you can truly know who they are and see how like things are going to translate into marriage. But at the end of the day, I do feel like when you get married, things are going to change. Like even if you have been dating for years, sometimes people haven't experienced things with you, and sometimes you may not see everything until you're actually married. But I do hope that like you would discover a good bit outside of that. So did I answer that question? I feel like I did, but I just didn't give it in numbers. Seasons. Pay attention to the seasons. Y'all, I'm like looking back on the video on the camera, and it's really bothering me that some of my hairs are like sticking up. Like, but I ain't got no gel or nothing like that because I don't really know how to do my hair for real. Everything is fake. I don't know how to do nothing. So, anywho, okay. So the next question is, who do you think is the queen of R&B? I think you're trying to get me shot in the streets. I really do. I feel like you was trying to set me up. But honestly, I'll be so for real right now. I am not enough of an R&B girly to answer that question. Like I now really don't even listen to music as much. Like, and when I did listen to music, it was like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have a lot of knowledge in the R&B community. But I will name some artists that I like. Not saying they're the queen of R&B. Okay. But I do like Summer Walker still. I vibe with her. I also vibe with her. She's a great artist. Scissor, I'm just playing. Scissor. She cute too. Of course, like Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole type. Monica. I don't know. The list goes on and on. Who do you think the queen of R&B is? Let me know. I don't know. You let me know. And if I didn't mention your favorite R&B artist, shoot me. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. That's what came to mind. Okay. Get out right now. So light for you and me. Okay. So the next question is, why are men so sassy now? Period. I feel like y'all be throwing that sassy word around a lot. But I did read a perspective today on this, and like now I think I understand, because I'll explain. So I've seen sassy mentioned in two different ways now. So the first time that okay, the first time that oftentimes that I see sassy thrown around for men is when it comes to like oh, he blocked me. That's so sassy. I'm like, is it? Like, is it sassy or did he create a boundary? Like, what is it? What is it called when you do it? What is it called when you block babe? I thought you were finding your peace. Is sassy now? So that's one perspective that I keep saying over and over again. But the other one that I think is what this person is talking about is these podcast niggas. Take these mics away. Yes, like the men, I don't even want to say his name. The podcast man. I know you know what I'm talking about. Who talks about like cheating is a rite of passage, or like women should obey and not speak, like do and not say, like all that kind of stuff. Having actions like that. Feeling like they can determine like women's bodies and like what a woman should do, whatever should do, and the roles are flawed. So why are men so sassy? Baby, I don't know. Maybe they're unhealed. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they watch their mama struggle and they want to watch you struggle too. Like, I'm not really sure why they are like this. But I just think that they need therapy. And then once they get therapy, I need them to actually be in therapy to actually learn things about themselves, but not only learn enough in therapy to weaponize it against you. So I don't know, Miss Gora. I would just pray for them. But I do want you to have faith that there are still good men out there. There are healed men out there. There are men that care about you, that are going to prioritize you, that are going to make sure that they're happy and confident in themselves so that they can make you happy. So yeah, that is a question that brings around the world. Why are men so sassy? Now, I think they've been sassy. We just see it on social media. Often. Every day. Like I said, take back the podcast mic. Y'all, it's the way this is FaceTime for real, because my laptop was gonna die and it was on like super sense. So I had to put up my charger. But now I don't have to hang up on you because it's charging. Everything's good now. Anyway. So the next question is going to be defeating your inner critic / imposter syndrome. So I actually have a whole video on like stopping your inner critic from being mean to you. So I am going to pop that up on the screen. Suggest you go watch that. But I will actually hit on imposter syndrome for a little bit. So I'm going to get us a little definition. Okay. So imposter syndrome is the condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally. That was a lie. I'm going to start it over. The condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally, despite being high performing in external objective ways. So I think why did I find that complicated definition? Okay, I think basically it's literally like what it says. You don't feel like you're deserving of what you have. That's the imposter syndrome. Okay, that's all I had to say. Like, that's all I had to say. Anyway, so defeating it though It's wrong one. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I feel like I've defeated imposter syndrome a good bit. I think it does start with your inner critic and like learning how to be nice to yourself, treating yourself kindly, building yourself up, letting yourself believe that you do have those skill sets. And sometimes if you need to, you can use like concrete facts. You know what I'm saying? So like if you've graduated from school, or like if you've like got some type of award, or like if someone has told you something about yourself, like whether I don't know. There's so many examples. It doesn't have to be necessarily academic or award like a graduating from school. It can literally be like from people surrounding you. Like if you have ever gotten any praises or encouragement, take those as testaments that you deserve the things that come your way, or like the things that you have. Because once you believe all of those positive things, really acknowledge all the accomplishments, and truly like study that and like ingrain that into yourself, you're going to get more and more used to everything that is coming your way and like everything that you deserve. You're going to stop questioning, like, should I have this? Like, should this go to somebody else? Like, am I good enough for this? Because you're going to know. So I definitely recommend just focusing on those good things. And then when it does come to like your imposter syndrome playing in crazy, literally reflect, like see how far you have come, like how many things that you've done, because you wouldn't be able to get there if you weren't good. I'm just saying, like there are certain rooms that people can't step into because it's not meant for them. I'll say that. So, um, yeah, like just really hone in on that self-love and self-encouragement and like uplifting yourself and telling yourself you can do it. Kick anxiety to the curb. And I know that's extremely hard. I could probably make an entire another video on anxiety and how it can get the best of you and stuff like that. But just do something called like curbing your thoughts. So like when you start thinking negative about yourself, or if you start thinking you don't belong somewhere or you don't deserve it, remind yourself that you got to the room in the first place. Like you wouldn't be there if you weren't supposed to be, because everything happens in a life for a reason. And so there's a reason that you are there where you are and you deserve it. And then two, ask yourself, is this helping me? Like you're dumb. You shouldn't be there. Pause. Is this helping or hurting me? And if it isn't helping you, boot it out. But yeah, hopefully that was really chaotic. I hope you took something from that. I definitely feel like I'm in the point of the FaceTime where like you get a text message that come through and it just make you roll your eyes to the back of your head. Like, don't try to lip on me, dog. Like, ugh. Anywho, the next question is, okay, so growing apart from friends you had for a while. This is sad. It's sad. Um, I guess they're asking for like general advice on that, or like what I think about it. Honestly, I think it's pretty common to grow apart from friends you've had for a long time, which kind of sucks, unfortunately, but it's this I feel like mm, mm, no. Okay. So, yes, I do think this is common. Um and I feel like when it happens, that is totally okay. And I think I can talk about this from a couple of ways, because like sometimes like when you're growing apart from a friend that you've had for a while, sometimes the relationship does end. But sometimes when you're growing apart from someone that's been friends with you for a while, it doesn't have to end. They just move to a different box in your life, if that makes sense. Um, because I used to be the type of person that would want an everything friend, if that makes sense. Like a person that I could call and like cry on the phone and talk to. And like if I ever need anything, I wanted to reach out to them. And I have a lot of friends like that. Like I'm blessed to have a lot of friends like that. But there's some friends that are still in my life that we have grown apart in ways. But I can still call them if I, want to go out for a drink, or like if I want to go see a movie or something. Like I think you just have to know the capacity of where people are going to fit into your life. And then if you feel like that you don't want this person in your life because you're growing apart in a negative way, like it's burdening you or your peace is leaving, I think you can just sit down and talk to your friend about that. And if they don't think they want to make like any changes or they don't necessarily understand the new person you're becoming, that's when it can be a girl part of like, hey, we're just not going to be in each other's lives anymore. Like, I love you and I wish you the best, but like, this is the end of my time here. Um, so yeah, I hope that made sense. I don't even know, like, I don't know, it's just really general. So I was like, that is a way to approach it if you feel like you're growing apart in a negative space. But if you feel like you're growing apart and you can still be friends, like I said, just shift into another box. Like, okay, I can call you for this, but I can't call you for that. And that's okay. That's totally okay. As long as you got your roots, like your true real ones, as long as you have people in your life that you know that you can go to for anything, that they're holding you down, it's okay to have other loose friends or people in your life that you just go do certain things with. Sometimes you got a hiking friend. Like, there's so many people and connections that we create in life. We don't have to dispose of all of them because they're not fitting in a box that you want them to fit in. Tired of it. I don't know. I told myself I was starting to get tired. I was like, tired of the way. Okay. So the next question is relationships, entertainment. What is a soft life really? So I actually asked this person, like, what did they mean by like the first two things, like relationship, entertainment? And they're just saying like general advice or like recommendations for like TV shows, like for this person or whatever. So as far as relationships, I'm probably gonna tap into what I said earlier in the video about advice for like staying true to yourself while dating. Um when you're in your relationship, just make sure that you can be your like utmost brightest version of you that you want to be. Make sure you can be yourself in any capacity. Like, whether you are having a bad day or you're having a happy day, like, just make sure that you're staying true to who you are and that you don't have to change for someone unless you want to do it. And I would still say to like make sure that you're doing things outside of your relationship. Make sure that you're like still doing your hobbies and other stuff because like I said in a previous video, like you can easily get wrapped up in a relationship and like be all about that person, and that's great. I love down. Do that. But make sure that you don't slip away from yourself too much in your relationship either, because one day you'll kind of look up and you'll only know the person that they know or that you've shown them in your relationship. You don't really remember the core of who you are still. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. Just be flourish. And be happy, and just live with all your heart. I do recommend that in relationships. I don't regret any of my relationships actually, no matter how bad or like how good they've ended. Like, we are here on earth for such a short amount of time. So if you find somebody that you love and that you want to be with, girl, you love them as much as you can until it ends, and don't regret it, because even if you do suffer heartbreak or whatever may come from it, it's still going to be a lesson so you can love the next person better. So I feel like that was everywhere too, but there's that on relationships. And then as far as entertainment, I'm bad about binge watching. So I only got two shows, and you probably don't like either one of them. So the first one is Supernatural. I don't even know. I ain't even gonna lie. Again, I mentioned black folks earlier when I was talking about sunscreen. I don't know how many black people are watching me, but I really don't think we be watching Supernatural like they like. But I really do love Little Sam and Dean. Long story short, it's basically about this family of hunters, and they hunt the supernatural. So like werewolves, vampires, etc. I keep touching my face because I feel like there's a feather on it. I'm gonna look at my viewfinder. There is something right there. Okay. I got it. I should stop. I'm done touching my face thing now. Well, yeah, I think I'm done. Anyway, so there's that. And then the other one is series of unfortunate events. I know. I made a TikTok actually talking about like the books and how I like them better, but for some reason I'm rewatching the show again. So I don't know. And then Abbott Elementary, shout out to them. I think a new episode came out this past week. Like, I know they're back in their season, so that's also a great show too. And then as far as like what is soft life really, I feel like soft life has a different definition for everyone. So I'm gonna see what the net says, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. Okay, so the definition I see for soft life here is a lifestyle of comfort and relaxation with minimal challenges or stress. And then it goes on to say that some people may think it's in terms of wealth and luxury, and other people are just talking about a simple life with no stress or responsibilities. And so for me, I would probably say it's like a combo of both. Like, I think the soft life is definitely just comfort and stress free. So I want financial freedom. I don't want to worry about like grabbing up money for my bills. Like, matter of fact, I want my bills on auto pay. So that's what soft life looks like for me. And then it also does look like a little bit of luxury because I do just like having nice things. I just think it's fun. But I do think that social media has twisted the term soft life a little bit. And I think when people hear it now, they roll their eyes. Just because I think it's been twisted into like a super like materialistic, more like stuck up kind of style when I just don't think that's what it is. Like literally as simple as the definition put it, like just comfortable. You're doing what you want in life. You're doing your passions, your dreams every day. You're not just working for survival or like a means to meet an end. Like you're just doing your thing. So that's what I think soft life is. Maybe we'll get back to that on social media, but you know, we take a trend and run with it. So, ooh, child, I'm only doing a couple more questions. Y'all got me staying up late. Like, oh my God. So, the next question is keeping your self identity in a trend slash aesthetic society. I also think this is a great question. And I definitely feel like I have experience with it because I have really stepped back into my faith again, probably within this last year. And I feel like when people hear the word Jesus, they kind of jump. Like it's like a jump scare for people. Like they get a little uncomfortable, just because of the way society is and the way society kind of looks at Christians and religion and etc. like that. Because my community is a little judgy. I ain't gonna hold you, it's a little judgy. And so I just feel like we often get like looked down upon. And so it is like it's hard. It's hard to like stick to your roots and like want to talk about what you believe in and talk about Jesus and like what he's done for your life and stuff because it may not be on trend. It may not be aesthetic. It may make the people in the room uncomfortable. So it does get sticky to navigate, but I'd say stand your ground, like sticking to your truth. Like if what you do or what you believe in or who you are is against the status quo, you should not change it for anybody. Because who wants to be someone else? Like it's so much more exhausting to pretend and try to fit in into the ways of this world. Like if you want to do it, don't do it, babe. Like it's really as simple as that. But I will say that the world does get distracting. It does suck you in. It does peer pressure you. It does like vile things. Like it really tries to twist you from inside out. But I think you just have to keep going back and rerouting yourself. And so for me, like I said, I identify in Christ. So I go pick up that Bible. I go pray to God. I just keep him near. But for like as other people and like whatever you identify in or whatever, like just keep going back to that. Like keep going back to your core. Like, I don't know, maybe even tap into your childhood. Like just remember who you are and who you've always been, and you decide if you want to change that at all. But don't change it for this world or for other people. Just change it for you. I'll be hitting that hope. I'll be hitting that hope. Sleep. I just told y'all I was tired this long ago, but I'm definitely hitting it like, that little exhaustion point. So the next question is, what approach would you use to warn a good friend about someone else? So this actually reminds me of a video I did too. I'm gonna try to toss it up on the screen, but I just talk about approaching this delicately. Because sometimes when you're warning someone to stay away, it's because of like your own motives or like because you have like some kind of beef against that person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that person is the same way in all of their relationships. But if you just know that this person is bad news, period. I think a way that I would warn them, and I mean, like, just talk to them. Like, if this person is your friend and you're warning them about someone else, y'all should already be on the level of friends. So, like, just like how you approach them about any other situation, I feel like you could approach it this way too. I get how it gets sticky if, like, the person that you're trying to warn them about and them have already kind of created a bond. But I feel like you should just go into it with like an honest heart and be like, hey, this is what I think of this person. I don't really know if you should be around them. At the end of the day, you know, mention like you are grown, you can make your own decisions. But from my perspective, I've seen them do this, this, and this, act X, Y, and Z. And like really just present them with evidence and full context of the situation as much as you can without that other person in the room. Because everyone does have different sides of the story too. But like I said, if you trust your judgment and you really feel like your friend shouldn't be messing with that person, talk to him straight like that. Okay, this is my last one. So this question is, keep focus on your values and love, even though it's hella relationship gurus out here. There is so many relationship gurus out here. Like, don't take advice from everybody. Matter of fact, turn the video off because don't listen to me. Like, I don't know. No, I'm just playing. It kind of goes back to what I was just talking about earlier when you have to like keep your identity when it comes to the aesthetics and the trends of the world and stuff, like still trying to true to yourself no matter what you're saying. I think it's gonna be the same thing for this love stuff too. Like everyone really does like have an input on love and how you should love people and how a relationship should go and a woman should do this and a man should do that and blah 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 blah. I think the way that you keep it is to filter what you resonate with and filter out what you don't. You know what I mean? Like some people I don't care. Some people talk about how they like in a marriage how they don't mind uh, a non-traditional role. And in some ways, this is my Southern Belle popping out. In some ways, I don't mind non-traditional roles, right? Like when it comes to like cooking, cleaning, um, taking care of certain aspects of things, like I don't mind like splitting that between me and my partner. But overall, my like little dream is for my man to pay the bills, his bag. I'm not just not gonna be working. I want to do my own thing, have my own business, da, da, da. But I want my money to be play money. Like it's gonna be for our vacations. It's gonna be for trips around the year, that kind of stuff. That is how I see it when it comes to like a marriage or like dynamic or whatever. But some people don't feel that way. Some people feel like the man should pay for everything. They'd have to lift a finger. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like what I said earlier about filtering what resonates with you and what doesn't. If you like, girl, I ain't doing that, ignore her. Keep scrolling. Because there are some wild people out here giving relationship advice and they're gonna make you lose yours. So if you don't agree with everything you see on the internet about relationships, that is totally okay. Take what brings peace to you and leave the rest behind. I'm a little sad because like we finna hang up. Like it's been so nice. Like I've really enjoyed you, and so I hope you enjoyed me too. It was a great little chit chat. I'm definitely already thinking about doing another girl talk. I don't know when it will come out, but I just have such a blast with these, and like you're literally so fun. So I do hope you take a thing or two with you, and carry them throughout life. Definitely leave behind what doesn't resonate, and I hope you like, comments, come talk to your girl. Let me know what you think. Answer some of these questions yourself and subscribe because I do want to see you again. If you have made it this far though, go ahead and comment that phone emoji and that pink heart emoji, like girl talk. Like I think that's cute. I think that's cute. So I will see you guys later. Bye.